most probably awaited feature or most requested feature in all of Hytale is voice chat. I am allegedly in this video. This is the video that was requested for me? We'll see. Voice chat.
I love proximity chat. It is one of the few features that can single-handedly elevate the player experience tenfold, second only to the addition of multiplayer.
Right,
The general consensus
right.
with proximity chat seems to be...
Before we start into this video, I'm the reason he's even a proximity chat freak like this. I caused all of this. If you guys are familiar with Hawkon and his proximity chat antics, I was the first person in Hytale to suggest proximity chat, I'm just saying.
It was already requested the day after the Hytale trailer dropped.
Okay, maybe.
And...
maybe I wasn't the first.
But wait just a minute. This was posted over 5 years ago.
Can't wait to hear some child's parents divorced through proximity.
Had its budget
I'm waiting for it.
Surely something must have changed after all this time, right? Right?
I'm in the video. I'm in the video. Okay.
No, listen,
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. This is already good. This is already good.
Hypixel, listen. I didn't want to do this, but I'm taking you to court. The court of public opinion.
Good one. Oh shit, custom animations?
To hear the case for adding voice chat to Hytale?
Need I remind you that Hytale is cross-platform? If your friend is playing on a PlayStation, then good luck calling it from your computer.
So, just use your phone.
Then what if you're playing on your phone?
People don't use voice chat while playing on their phone.
Plenty.
Yeah,
of
these
people
are bad
use voice
takes.
chat
These are
on their
bad takes
phone.
from the
Korea,
other
over
person.
half
I agree
of
with Hawkon,
gamers
actually.
play on their phone, and that's one of
I like being anti-voice chat because Hawkon's anti-voice chat, but I'm very pro voice
Games'
chat.
main market.
Maybe not
But
proximity,
even so, there's no reason for Hypixel to provide it as an official function.
Yeah, well,
But voice
so
chat
the main argument against proximity and voice chat in Hytale is just Discord. I feel like, okay, couldn't you just mod voice chat like with Minecraft? Does Hytale need to have first-party support? Because like with what Quackity's doing with QSMP,
to communicate with her family.
this is the argument, right?
Well, no. It is possible to combat toxicity even in competitive games. You can do like League and keep voice chat off by default, or just build
You are not using League as an example of combating toxicity right now.
solid. We've seen that voice chat is not just a luxury, but a necessity, especially in a cross-platform game like Hytale.
Okay, I don't agree with this take.
Trial, we've seen that voice chat is not just a luxury, but a necessity.
This is just a really bad take. Hawkon, I'm pro your side, but it's not. It's not a necessity.
Especially in conclusion, the benefits of implementing voice chat in Hytale far outweigh any perceived drawbacks. Let's
I agree with
embrace
that.
progress.
I agree with that. I think it's a net
and
benefit.
deliver an experience that enriches the lives of all players.
We're not.
Thank you.
Oh, voice chat. Right? No.
Excuse me, but why should we cater to everyone else's need to be social? I'm sick of seeing others enjoy themselves. Why
Sigma grind
should they
set.
get to
Sigma
have fun
grind
and
set.
make friends when I
Holy!
can't?
I
It's
actually just got
not
goosebumps.
fair.
I just got goosebumps. I will say, why is this 1.5 hours? I feel like the court scene kind of are
The ones that have
all
used it
together,
love
you
it.
know?
The ones that hate it haven't tried it. The games that include it become incredibly successful.
I guess
With
using
spontaneous
examples. I know he's using
emergent
examples
gameplay
for it, but-
scenarios.
Okay, that makes sense. He was talking about voice chat first, and now he's talking about
without
proximity.
addressing the elephant in the room.
Trust you will be a great asset.
Lethal Company. With the recent explosion of this game, I figured that it must have some extremely impressive gameplay, with well-produced, polished, absolutely riveting content. But then I learned it was actually a game about collecting garbage. So, how could a game about collecting
I love
trash
Lethal
become the
Company.
top-rated
I think it
game
was
on
fun,
Steam,
but it also got
passing games
really
like Resident
boring
Evil
really
4 and
fast.
Baldur's Gate.
And everyone that's gonna respond to this take is just you are boring and it's only fun with friends. I don't know what to say. The game's just boring.
There is, of course,
It was fun for the
chat.
first few hours, but
Don't get me
there's
wrong,
people
the game
who
is good
played
by
it for like
itself. It has some
100
very
hours. I
cleverly
don't know how you
designed
put
mechanics that
100
make the
hours into Lethal
experience more
Company.
fun, but everything
feels the
builds
same
around
after
the
a while.
central proximity chat mechanic, elevating the feature to a point we've never really seen it before. And this has made the potential of
Holy,
the features
where'd you get an image of
so
me?
painfully obvious. And rather than babbling on about it, let me just show you.
It's a good 30-hour game, I think.
The first thing
Yeah,
you
but I don't
realize
think
when you
more than
start
30
playing
hours.
is
I
how
think that's a good
immersive
take.
the sound design is. The way your voice interacts with the environment is absolutely seamless, making it feel like your voice is taking place within the world of the game, rather than the world of a Discord call, completely detached from the game itself. You can tell immersion was a very high priority with this game, as it even has a diegetic UI. As instead of a menu, you decide where to go through the ship's computer. And when you go into an open space, like on Moon Assurance, you can hear my voice reverberate in the cabin.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
You can
I think
way
Lethal
further
Company has a
away
really
now.
good
And I think the best
voice
part
chat.
is being
I agree
able
with
to
this
hear your
part,
friend.
but it's not Hytale. It's a completely different game. The entire premise of this game is voice chat. It's not Hytale though. Hytale's entire premise is the world and, you know, exploration.
Factory, which are procedurally generated facilities, most of which have these.
If this game had terrible voice chat, this game would not be popular. It's the only thing holding it together because the game itself sucks. I'm sorry. The game kind of sucks. If this game did not have voice chat or good voice chat, this game would not be popular. It's the exact same thing with every single one of these. I saw a tweet yesterday. It was like, friend farming or something like that is the genre of this. That guy was like super lonely, I guess. But like, yeah, proximity chat is super situational. Most of the time, like even with Minecraft, I'd rather be in a Discord call because it's like I just want to talk to my friends instead of be right next to them to talk to them. I think the option for proximity chat is sick, but most of the time I just want to sit in a Discord call and talk to them regardless of if I'm 15 feet away from them or 15 blocks. I'm like losing the plot right now how this relates to Hytale at all. He's just explaining why Lethal Company is good.
Lethal Company plays into this perfectly.
I feel like this has no relation to Hytale.
But Lethal Company isn't the first time a game has gotten
Among
popular
Us?
through the power of proximity chat.
What does Among Us have to do with Hytale?
Watch this clip with Green and Corrales, which is probably the best spontaneous interaction I'd ever seen on Hermitcraft before the introduction of the voice chat mod.
I have something special, and it only costs whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, this sucks. This sucks. Obviously, prox voice chat is way better for situations like this. For SMPs like this, obviously,
Although
voice
his
chat's
whole
better.
scenario
I mean, everyone knows the Jake. I mean, there's like
Reaction
20,000
with the
Jay Schlatt
blank
clips.
stare
I think
on
he
his
has the best
ridiculous
clips with
shock
simple
face
voice
is
chat.
Season 8 changed all that. Now, with the addition of the proximity chat mod, suddenly people could just talk, and all these spontaneous moments became way more engaging.
I don't disagree with this take. I think this take's right for SMPs like this. Especially like content SM. Yeah, okay, so there's a different content SMPs really need simple voice chat. I think it adds so much because then you can also see the different perspectives. The difference is content SMPs really benefit prox voice chat. But like whenever I'm playing with my friends, I don't want simple voice chat because like everyone's gonna be in their own base. I think it's funny for content. I don't think it's funny for like you and I playing right now.
Reaction
because most of the time we're not going to be together.
Chat.
And I think the only argument I think against that is like if you're playing with PlayStation, phone, and PC, Discord's a little more difficult, and so having a built-in voice channel works, but
and improve a multiplayer experience.
People don't need voice.
Thank you, Maple.
I'll be honest. People don't need prox voice chat.
Something to consider.
I can see prox chat being added in the future, but it all depends on what the devs want to add.
In a game
Yeah, I think like 2-3 years down the line, be like the big voice chat update or something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
But like,
immersion is
the game's not even releasing with Zone 4. We got different priorities. I want okay. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in chat. Do you want Zone 4 or do you want prox voice chat? I want Zone 4.
There's even a good argument for Hytale being classified as an immersive sim, as there are a variety of playstyles. The world reacts to the player both mechanically and narratively, and there are many interacting systems that create emergent gameplay, helped by the use of the entity component system Flex. This is all core to the design philosophy of the game. But here's the issue. Hytale is intended to be played with friends. They are two separate experiences happening in tandem, and as a result, the state of immersion goes out the window, becoming just a complete waste.
Is it though? I feel like most of the time I've played games with friends on Discord, I've never been like, fuck my immersion, you know? I'm very curious if he touched, because like he's very specific about proximity voice chat in Hytale, which is very different from just voice chat in Hytale. I'm very curious if this video ever goes into the fact that like the second you are not like 20 blocks next to someone, you can't hear them and you're not interacting with them, which ultimately makes the not immersion maybe, but like interactivity and like connectivity with friends just completely out the window. You're not going to be talking. Are you really sticking with them the entire time?
Voice detection could also be used to trigger spells with a vocal component, which is already
That'd be fucking crazy.
Skyrim with the Thumic mod, where you can simply shout the words into your mic to send your enemies flying.
That'd be sick, dude.
That'd
be awesome. Yeah, or like servers. I think servers, like imagine, dude, imagine Windcraft with like proximity voice chat. That'd be so sick, but that's server based. That's not
as fancy as it could get in Minecraft anyway.
Imagine proximity voice chat in the capital, where there's over 100 people in the capital, and there's like 50 Mexican 12-year-olds on their Xbox. You hear their family yelling in the back.
you can recognize the voice of the person you're talking to, and you have
Holy-
is that all the players would get so occupied doing their own things that they don't notice that they've gotten lost from the others. If you're on a call, you don't really think about the other player's presence much, but with proximity chat, being near your friends becomes a priority, since it's necessary to maintain communication. You also get a constant feed of locational data when someone talks, making it easier to pinpoint their location so you're less likely to lose them. This even applies to deaf people, as they would get a visual indicator telling them where the sound came from and a transcription of what they said. As a result, everyone ends up having a much more shared experience. Instead of going off by yourself, seeing something cool or funny, then telling your friends afterwards, you know your friend is always right there with you.
Wait, so is your argument just like always stick together and never do your own thing like everyone does in every single Minecraft server ever? Is that the argument? I don't want to do that. Bro, my friend only every single Minecraft server we have ever played with him. He finds the nearest mountain. He builds digs a hole in the mountain and just builds farms. I don't want to be next to that.
Playing a game. And with group calls, the more people you are playing with, the worse the experience becomes.
Fat disagree. I think it's so funny when 12 people are trying to talk at the same time.
Despite being somewhere else, talking to someone who is nearby becomes more difficult because the other people in the call do not have the same context. And vice versa, it is very easy to get left out of conversations and get confused from other people's conversations when...
Okay, but like the same argument for getting left out of conversations. Wouldn't the same be if two people are having fun, be like, oh my God, this is the most fun thing in the server. We're having a fun event, and someone's in the mines and they just have no clue what's happening. If you're in a Discord call, you can just be like, yo, everyone go to my place. Let's do this or something like that. You know what I mean?
When you don't...
What stops, I was going to say me, I paused myself. What stops someone else, not me, from just saying slurs?
And they get a feeling of this being a real person right there, right in front of them. Well, I think that they would be a lot less likely to be rude for no reason.
What's stopping made up person B from saying slurs to made up person A? Roblox mutes you. They can detect slurs, but what if I have a really what if person B has a really thick accent and it doesn't sound like they can't detect it?
It would have to be kind of a psychopath, really. And in that case, just having the ability to mute that
Exactly. Like the ninja clip wouldn't exist.
person would go a long way in fixing the problem, especially if the social immersion combined with the proactive moderation tools prevented a good amount of that behavior.
Are you saying the ninja clip is bad? I think the ninja clip is one of the funniest clips on the internet.
But that doesn't mean every space should be heavily moderated.
True.
In Rust, players are incentivized to steal and grief other players, which results in a naturally toxic environment.
Yeah, like
But
make
even
it 18
so, many
plus servers
players
or
enjoy
something
it,
like that?
and the proximity chat, despite its toxicity, only makes it way more fun. And I don't think it would
Yeah.
be the same if it was heavily moderated.
True.
I think there's a good argument for adding servers that allow for adult language and toxicity, but can only be accessed by adult players. If it's something they enjoy, why not let them have it? Providing spaces where people are free.
There's gonna be so many bad servers, dude. There's gonna be so many bad servers.
Although, there is one specific type of competitive game where toxicity is hardly an issue at all, namely the genre of large-scale, team-based tactical shooters.
Is this a bad take? Hytale is not a military simulation.
These third places are the cornerstones of our local communities and are crucial for fostering a place of belonging and maintaining our mental well-being. But these places have gradually started disappearing all around the world because of a multitude of factors.
Dude, I'm not paying attention for 2 seconds. What? I
including
lost the plot.
technology changing how we interact, the proliferation of car-centric
Dude, I stopped paying attention for 2 seconds. We're on anti-cars now. What the fuck just happened?
infrastructure, and more recently, the pandemic. As a result, we're currently dealing with a global epidemic of social isolation and loneliness, which contributes to an increase in problems with mental
Dude, why are we talking about COVID now?
and physical health, as well as suicide. And no, there are no signs of stopping. It is important to acknowledge that these third places cannot be completely replaced with digital ones. Humans evolved to live in tribes, so
Dude,
if we're not
forget it.
interacting with people in the real
Forget
world,
it.
our brains will send out signals
I
that
give
something
up.
is wrong, causing stress and anxiety. That being said, being social online has been shown to alleviate the problem, so we should aspire to make our digital spaces as
I agree with this, but we should go one step further. And hear me out. We should add proximity voice chat. Sure, that's cool. We can add digital voice chats. That can make social interactions and the social pandemic a little better. But hear me out. What if we add digital characters, like we can talk with the character's AI, and then we don't even need friends. Then we can have like social interactions with like the Quebecs and the Chorks, and then we completely split away from humanity. Because like the argument that you're doing right now, you still need friends online. But if we talk to the NPCs, we don't even need friends anymore. And then we can literally be in a Hytale world 24/7 talking with our new friends, the Quebec.
As good as they can.
Lonely people marrying Gaia, I'm not against it. Have your Hytale girlfriend, have your Hytale kids, have your Hytale dog. Why do you need a family in real life when you have Hytale? I saw like, you know, the Instagram notes, if you like on the DM page, people can have just like status updates or like notes. My friend, he posted on his notes, I took a screenshot of it. It was so ridiculous. And it's like definition of like peak where we're at right now with life. Had a 1 hour heartfelt conversation with ChatGPT. People are having hour-long heartfelt conversations with ChatGPT. I think we're cooked.
Even if you add some of the most requested features, like say mixed slabs, sure, if you add this, every single builder will be extremely happy and will love you forever. But what does it provide in terms of actual value?
Real talk. Mixed slabs and sideways slabs is probably going to bring at least a handful of people from my... There's a person in there. I have watched this gameplay clip like 50 times. I've never noticed that there's a person in there.
I could go on about this for hours on end. So it's time we show what an
Trust me. I know.
You hit tab, you will get an overview of all the players
this
in
is
your
nice.
current world or
Why do I look like that? Why do I look like that?
showing their ping, maybe some different
Why do I have 4 deaths? Who? Shark, I'm gonna have some words with you.
stats like death count or whatever the server wants to show here, and most importantly, an instant mute button.
Canadian Flash is a girl? He's a bad one.
It also makes sense to be able to add people to a voice chat group, which you could call a party, but then you run into an issue. What
I'm
happens when
muted? He muted me?
wants to show here, and most importantly, an instant mute button. It would also make sense to be able to add people to a voice chat group.
I like the UI.
Online,
I have no issues with this.
Very
This
important
UI works. It's clean. It makes sense.
reason for including
Has every
voice chat
feature
in
that
the
you
first place.
theoretically
Servers
need.
could also add more tabs for players for the different instances within the world. And when you select player,
See
you
UI for like this guy. Yeah, this is honestly the best part of the video. It should have. This video should have just been this. This already convinced me. This is beautiful. This is absolutely
be
beautiful.
given more options.
I think they fixed simple voice chat, right? I played it initially, and it was so difficult to set up. It was difficult to set up, and then it would break every 5 minutes, and then your microphone wouldn't.
It has many useful features, such as real-time
like get
voice
recognized. It
suppression
was
with
so
RNN
bad. I
noise,
think they fixed
whisper
it now.
detection, configure step.
Bro, just hire this guy, right? Like John just sends a message to Henkel Max, be like, "Yo, game's coming out in a year. You got 12 months, buddy." And then just put him to work. Put him in the mines. You don't even have to pay him. Just do it for exposure.
If a player encounters a lot of toxicity in a game, they are likely to stop using the voice chat. 65%
Where'd you get these numbers from? There's no way that's real.
of players say they would likely even quit the game altogether. Additionally,
If someone encounters toxicity once in a video game, the 65% people say they quit. Is there a source? This is not a real number.
new rules around online safety
And if it is, bunch of pussies.
are constantly apparent. and
Toxicity
well-being.
fuels the rage and makes us play better. I low-key like toxicity a little. Like if my game's a little too friendly, I get unnerved. You know what I mean? I love playing in a game. I just hear 2 people fighting, and it's just like 20 minutes long. I'm stuck in this lobby. I'm like, fucking handcuffs on me. I'm stuck in this lobby with these other 5 people, and they're just ripping their throats out.
Currently, it can moderate 18 different languages with more language support on.
Bro, just use the 19th language. Just use the 19th language, bro. Easy. I was sleeping. What happened? John came in and actually gave us all a beta, but only for people who were actively watching the stream, so you kind of missed out. Do you think Hytale creators are gonna molest minors after some years like Minecraft creators? This is your first message of the stream. No hello? I hope not.
So.
The Hytale situation is crazy. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Pray to God I never have to title a video like that. And if I do, it's not regarding that.
Before I end this video, I want to make an appeal directly to the top, to the man spearheading this entire project. This one goes out
1 hour into the video and he finally starts talking to Noxy. When he officially, initially proposed this video, he was like, yeah, I'm just making a quick video to Noxy about voice chat. It's been an hour. Now you're addressing him? Fishing in Minecraft sucks ass. I hope they do better than Minecraft.
No crazy glitches,
I will not be fishing in Hytale.
You have a few hours at hand just to play the game on your own without interruption. As you log on, you decide to find yourself a quiet
What is this
pond far from
animation?
the hustle and bustle of the capital. As you cast your line, you take a moment to appreciate how the team got the sound design just right. You catch many a fish with ease on account of this being
Hawkon trying to amaze Noxy. Dude, he's doing something professional, you know what I mean?
Suddenly you hear a voice.
Hello.
It's the beloved community artist, Evie. Coincidentally, she was one of the few players who got access to the proximity chat pilot you launched with the game.
I hope I'm not bothering. Mind if I share the pond?
She
Damn,
takes a
Evie-
seat and starts fishing.
Evie's character kind of bad too.
So cool that I can just talk to you like this. The sound team really did a stellar job.
Who did the
Speaking
the animation of
I
this?
really wanted to
The
try
modeling
this.
and
She
animation
jumps in
was
the
sick.
water.
Help me, I'm drowning. The water is wet.
The water is like 2 blocks deep. Didn't we see that in the other scene? It's like 2
She
blocks
comes back out.
deep.
Oh,
This looks like the start of like some Japanese like romance sim. With the like pink filter now, it's like a time lapse of them spending time together.
happy you guys decided to add proximity chat.
Visual
It's not
novel,
like I
yeah, dude. We're about to see some crazy scenes.
could have just reached out to you for no reason. I'm a very shy person, so I struggle with that. But seeing you here in the game, it's like you're really here, you know?
The like dialogue is 1-to-1 too.
What is your favorite moment with proximity chat?
Chat. No one's gonna hate me if I do this, right? Should have done this from the start. I didn't know he was gonna talk about Lethal Company for 30 fucking minutes.
It lasted over an hour, but we won. So voice chat is pretty fun. In Lethal Company, for example,
Nope. I'm not listening to more Lethal Company.
there's way more.
I played a few games with proximity chat, like Lethal Company, modded Minecraft, and Among Us. But definitely my favorite experience was on Sea of Thieves. This clip I'm about to show happened after meeting a few other ships on the seas, and we decided to form an alliance and do a world event.
If I hear that name one more fucking time.
For me, personally, growing up playing Minecraft all the time, I did a lot of ultra hardcores, a lot of Reddit UHCs, which stands for ultra hardcores, and there were some game modes where they did proximity chat, and I remember playing with a bunch of my friends, maybe a team of 4 or 5 of us, we'd all be in
How? What?
proximity chat, going together, start mining in the caves, and we started going crazy whenever we'd not hear one of our friends, we thought they'd die or whatever, and that happened quite a few times, you know? We were all of a sudden digging straight down one day.
He was not playing UHC when...
Probably one of my favorite clips that I've had yet. The way my voice fades out as I fly into the distance made for a very funny moment.
Nice.
All right.
Lethal Company is a game of...
Dude, I can't. Is this video about Hytale or Lethal Company? Please!
Ancient cities were just like another structure to me. And the second one has to be, I guess, a whole collection of really funny moments that we've had.
Dude. Notice how prox chat only works in proximity. Do you guys like think before you type, or we just like throwing words into the chat now?
Hey there, Hytale enthusiasts. Welcome back to...
Yeah. Best what?
Stay tuned for a whirlwind of adventures coming your way. Let us know what you think about proximity voice chat down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification.
I don't think there's enough swoosh sounds. I'm gonna be honest. I appreciate the effort. I was zoning out a little.
So you don't miss another Hytale Spins video.
Nope. Wait, is this? This isn't animated. This is like a green screen cutout and him holding, right? Like he printed. Did he print this out, or is this a like
being just animation? One of many.
No, because the shadow. He has this. That is so cool.
The tone and one of the strongest.
Probably easier to do than he's been talking for fucking 10 minutes, of course.
Is a voice chat with proximity features implemented for more immersive and open world based games.
Although, like, at the same time, Hawkon is, or Connor, I don't know who's doing it. I'm assuming Hawkon is doing this for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
See, the problem comes. So for me, at least, the question lies here: does the game that you're making actually intend to be seamless in integrating social aspects?
That's crazy.
If so, voice chat is a big.
You freaky one.
Next question: is it essential
to the Connor?
Experience? So as long as we can avoid that and everybody stays sane, I think it's
doing
worth
that to my screen.
To at least consider.
I did not consent to that.
I would love to end this video on a positive note, but the thing is, I'm very concerned. I know what Hytale is trying to do. You want to compete with Minecraft as well as Roblox. And to do that, you need to create a player experience that is superior to both in every way. But you can get proximity chat in both of these games. In this way, Hytale would be strictly inferior. And I'm afraid you don't understand how
that argument is true, but also it's superior in a lot of other ways. So it's not strictly inferior.
Big of a deal that one. Sure, Hytale will be successful, that's guaranteed. But a sensation? You cannot make a sensational game without an exceptional.
This is a terrible take.
Aspect. Any game with an.
It will be social. You don't need voice chat. It's an addition.
Explosive growth like Lethal Company has it built in.
Dude, this game is not Lethal Company.
Proximity chat will be your trump card. Without it, you won't be taking home the jackpot. Making a game in a way that makes the player want to.
Minecraft did not get popular, and neither did Roblox with voice chat. They added it like both of those got accessibility to the voice chat like 3, maybe 4 years ago max, and they were already the highest peak that they could be. This is a terrible take. Could have made a way stronger call to action. I feel like the video kind of flopped with the ending there.